What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at my portfolio, check out the updates, see what I'm doing next. We're going to dive into my margin, how much I'm using, how much I plan to use total, how it's affected my portfolio. We're going to talk about margin calls, and lastly, we're going to go over a little hypothetical on how much money we'll be making in the future. So hopefully it's a entertaining video. I'm just a regular guy. I was a wedding filmmaker, and now I'm back to bartending, and this is my journey investing into the stock market and my journey to retirement. So hopefully people can see this. Maybe, just a couple guys. I don't need the whole world to like and subscribe to my channel, but hopefully if you're thinking about investing, you could see me and my mistakes and then see my numbers and see how it works out for me. And maybe it'll work out for you too. But yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. I am stupid. So let's get into this. All right, so we're currently sitting at $82,249. Yesterday, it's Saturday, the 18th, yesterday. So on Fridays is when I receive my dividend. It's around 7 p.m. Around 7 p.m. is when they come in. So lately it's been YMAX and group A, B, C, or D from YieldMax. But yeah, let's go over our payment from Misty and YMAX before we jump into all of our settings, before we jump into all of our stocks. So if we go to account here and go to history, you'll see that yesterday I was paid $4,558 from Misty, and that is with 2,000 shares. They paid out $2.28. And then from YieldMax, with 1,200 shares, they paid out 11 cents. One of the lower payments, but I'm not mad at that. From what I understand, YMAX's payment is based off the week before, so hopefully next week's payment will be quite a bit bigger since we had Misty's payout. Since we had Group D's payout, sorry. I know there's SMCY, I think that pays out a big chunk too on Group D, but Misty's the big swinging booty cheeks that dumps all the love on you. Okay. The cool thing about Robinhood is that they automatically deduct your interest charges whenever you get paid, or I'm assuming because they took it out of my account. Last night, my account was sitting at $9,500. And when I woke up this morning, it was at $8,900 of buying power. And I was like, okay, well, where did the money go? So, I looked into the history, and there it is. Margin interest for the month, $337.42. Shows the billing cycle, shows your average margin used, shows your yearly interest rate. And dude, for the interest, like, these loans are incredible. As long as, you don't put $100,000 into Misty and then use $100,000 worth of margin into Misty, you should probably be okay. Okay, yeah, speaking of margin calls, I haven't had one yet. And I'm all in on YieldMax right now. Every stock I own besides my little Bitcoin and my few shares of Dogecoin is YieldMax. So I've been close. I think I got down to like $6,500. It was like, if you go below that, you'll have a margin call. But I haven't had a margin call yet. So, and I think that's mainly because just I'm diversified within YieldMax, so I don't take a big of a hit. And since they separated, or since they split their payments into, group weekly payments, I think that helps out definitely with how much your account dips down. But NVIDIA has held strong, man. Like, NVIDIA, if I didn't have NVIDIA, I think I definitely would have gotten to a margin call. Tesla and Coney definitely took a big old hit this December, but I'm not worried, man. I saw a ton of people selling their Coney shares because of how low it dipped. People freaked out by how low it got, and they sold their shares. And I'm not selling, baby. I'm not fucking selling. I have a goal. And that is to, put all my YieldMax money into Roundhill and other funds while getting still good, while you can still get the juice out of these stocks, out of these ETFs. But yeah, I got down to about $6,000 or $8,000, and I was panicking. I started putting more money in just in case, my emotions got the best of me. It was only like $500 here, $500 there, whatever. But yeah. So right now I have 2,000 shares of Misty, 1,500 shares of NVIDIA, Tesla, and Coney, and 1,200 shares of YMAX. With this $9,000 of buying power, we're going to buy another 500, maybe 550 shares of YMAX. That'll put us around 1,750. And then we'll only have 250 shares left to go. And I think with next week's YMAX and Tesla payment, I think I'll be good to go. I think I'll be at my $2,000 mark. And then from that point on, I'm on track. And from that point on February 1st or whatever, or let's look at my calendar. All right. I think Tesla's the last payment of the month. So the 31st is Friday. Oh, Nvidia. So so Tesla will pay out on the 24th for me of this month, and Nvidia will pay out on the 31st. So that's right. That's 2 Nvidia payments this month for January, I think, because we had 2 in Tesla, or we had 2 Tesla payments last month in December, I think. So yeah, so before even January ends, I will have started my investment into Roundhill, my journey into Roundhill, and you're going to be able to see it here. You're going to see 2,000 shares from Misty and YMAX, and then 1,500 shares of Tesla, Coney, and Nvidia. And I'm not putting any more money into YieldMax after next week. Like, my YieldMax is capped out. This is all I want in there, because I have, this is going to get me to my goal. If we don't take a dump in stock market. But yeah, man, people were dumping their Coney. I believe in cryptocurrency for the future. I believe in Bitcoin heavily for the future. And not all cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin in general, I'm bullish on. So Bitcoin goes up, MicroStrategies and Coinbase goes up, because Coinbase is a wallet for cryptocurrency, and MicroStrategy just keeps buying the shit out of Bitcoin, because Michael Saylor, beyond his shit or whatever, he's doing what he's doing. But yeah, so that's why I didn't sell out of Coney. I believed it would go back up, and it's at $13.70 right now. What did it get down to? $12. It got down real low. I think it'll make a slow climb back up. I really do. With Trump's plan for cryptocurrency, the government's plan for cryptocurrency, all these companies secretly buying Bitcoin, I think we're going to be okay. I think cryptocurrency is going to be a huge part of our lives. But yeah, we had a green day on Friday, so Tesla, Nvidia, MicroStrategies, and Coinbase are all in the green right now, which is good to see. I'm getting to like both days. Buying so many stocks. I buy stocks every Monday, so if it's down, like, I'm happy because I get to buy it at a cheaper price. But if it's up, I'm making more money. I just love the stock market, man. This is awesome. Now it's awesome. Now it may not always be awesome, But yeah, so we're gonna put all of our YieldMax money starting, not next week, but the week after next. We're gonna start with QDTE and then go to RDTE and then XDTE. But I also like YBTC as well. So I don't know. I've got to figure it out. But I know it's going in a Roundhill. I know that for sure. I love these weekly paying funds. Even with the drop we had in December, they're already starting to recover pretty well. So I'm excited. And after Roundhill, I think I'm going to start putting my money into Rex shares, SEPI, FEPI, and AIPI. I think SEPI has been paying out consistently $1.50 for like the last 2 months since its inception, or whatever it is. And if they can keep that up, that's going to be awesome. That's a lot of money. That's a big payout, and it's like consistent. That's chef's kiss. Okay, but yeah, Defiance, I don't think I'm going to invest my money into Defiance anymore. I'm really not liking any of these funds. Scroll down, look at some Defiance funds. The only ones I'm liking are maybe SPYT and QQQT. I don't like WDTE or IWMY. I'm not liking any of these funds. They just drop way too much. But if we look at QQQT, oh, this is SPYT. We'll do SPYT first. So it's only dropped, a little bit. Okay, so if we look at SPYT, it opened April 20th, just April 2024. It opened at $19.08, and then today, Friday, it closed out with $19.46. I like, if it stays flat, I'm cool with that, as long as, these funds that don't pay out as much don't go down, I'm good. Stay flat or go up. So SPYT is looking great. QQQT, same. Started at 1995 and it ended at 1921. So about the same. And this one opened up in June, I believe. Yeah, June. So just a few months after SPYT. So if I do, put my money into Defiance, I think it's going to be these funds. But I'm not there yet. I've still got a ways away before I go into this. And I know, people tell me all the time, like, why do you just focus on like one stock and then go to the next? Like, why don't you just, grow them all together at one time? And, I don't fucking know. I guess I'm just a simple brain, and this keeps me focused, you know. This, like, I've got a mission and I want to see it through, and it's worked so far. And so until it doesn't, you know, that's what I'm going to do. But let's jump into the good stuff. So let's jump into the fun. What if everything stays the same? How much money are we going to make? Google Docs spreadsheet. This is about, I don't know, 8 or 9 days old. So we've had 1 or 2 more payments from the Round Hill funds. So the average might be off by a slight bit. But what you're seeing here, all these numbers, the average dividend yield, last week I took all the payments and divided it by how many times it's paid out, because that's how you get the average of something. And then I put it here. So these aren't like, oh, the average is around this. Like, this is the average of technically what the numbers say. Will it go up or go down? Obviously, probably. But as of, you know, last week, this is what these funds pay out. So Tesla pays out 76 cents. NVIDIA pays out $1.83. Coney pays out $1.64. Misty pays out $2.91, and YMAX pays out 22 cents. At the end of January, we will have 1,500 shares of Tesla, NVIDIA, and Coney, and 2,000 shares of YMAX and Misty. And if everything goes right, everything stays the same, you know, Bitcoin keeps going up, we're all making money and happy, that would be $168,860 per year, if that comes out like that, right? Which is a huge amount of money. Like, that is incredible. So if I can make anything close to that, I'm super happy. So, you know, starting in 2025, I'm going to take that $168,860 and put it all into QDTE. If you do the math, 168,860 divided by what the average price of QDTE is $41. So 168,860 divided by 41, 4,118. So it's going to take us less than a year if I just use the money I get from YMAX to get 4,000 shares of QDTE. And that's without any of the money QDTE is putting out as well. Because once you buy the stock, it starts paying you. And so, you know, 6 months into it, you've got a lot of money into QDTE. And so, like, it's gonna, so as of right now, it'll take 11 months to get 4,000 shares of QDTE with the money I'm getting from Round Hill, or with the money I'm getting from YieldMax. But, you know, that's if you're not accounting for any of the money QDTE is giving you as well. So you're going to reach that goal a lot faster, because the more QDTE goes up, the more you're getting paid, and it just, you know, snowballs and compounds. And we like that. So yeah, so as of right now, RDTE, or as of 9 days ago, RDTE pays out 30 cents on average, QDTE pays out 32 cents on average, and XDTE pays out 27 cents on average. And with 4,000 shares of QDTE and RDTE and 2,000 shares of XDTE, your yearly annual income would be $157,040. And I show here what you'd be making monthly and then weekly. I just, you know, divided it by 12 and 52. So combined, let's say at the end of, you know, my 2.5 years, everything's good to go. Everything's been paying out how it should. So after, you know, 2.5 years, my portfolio should be at 325,000, or I'm sorry, my portfolio should be making me $325,900 a year, right? Ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. I just assume it's not going to happen because of how crazy that is. I've only put $35,000 total into YMAX. I started with a $20,000 investment, and then over the next 7 months, I put in a couple grand a month, you know, just to kind of keep that ball rolling. And 35,000, maybe a couple hundred, 35,200, something like that, I haven't really checked, is all I put in. And that's all I think I'm going to need to put in, honestly. If everything goes well, you know, if we don't have reverse splits, stock market doesn't take a dump, I should be okay. And after that, if I'm not strictly buying Bitcoin, which is probably what I'm going to do once I get all my money, like, making machines in place, I'm probably just going to start buying the shit out of Bitcoin if it hasn't skyrocketed by then. We'll see how it plays out. But I also do like Rex shares, and I put a little chart down here at the bottom as well for the Rex shares funds. So AIPI, FEPI, and SEPI, they're all around $51 average for the share price. And AIPI, I think it paid out 3 or 4 times maybe. It's paid out consistently $1.50, like $1.48, $1.51. Like, it's consistently like paying out that number, which is awesome. FEPI, another fund that I'm really into, pays on an average 1.12, so $1.12. That's incredible as well. And SEPI, CEPI, average price of $51 as well, and pays out, I don't know what it pays out. I don't think it's paid out anything yet. It's blank there, so I'm not sure. But another cool, hypothetical that you can look at is, let's say, after 2.5 years, I'm ready to retire. A little bit of time goes by and Trump's getting ready to get out of office. And I'm thinking that yield max, at least Misty, Coney, Tesla, and Nvidia are too risky. The safer play would be to sell it all and just have everything in YMAX, right? So let's say instead of our 2,000 shares of all these funds, we had just 10,000 shares of YMAX. That would pay out on an average of 22 cents a week. That would be $2,200 a week and $9,500 for the month and $114,400 for the year. So if we did the less risky play without, Tesla, Nvidia, Coney, and Misty, and just fucked it all up with YMAX and Round Hill, that would be $271,440 a year with just 10,000 shares of YMAX and then 4,000 shares of QDTE, RDTE, and 2,000 shares of XDTE. But yeah, so the goal is still the same. We are on track. Things are looking good, and I'm hoping that all of us high yield dividend warriors can do well and make some money from this. And hopefully this is a good thing that lasts for a long time, and the few of us caught it early. So I hope this plays out well. We'll see. Once I start buying Round Hill, next week I'm gonna put up another video, and so you guys can continue on my journey. And if you're ever wondering, hey, I wonder how much money I'm gonna make a year with these amount of shares, just come here, check it out. All right, guys, it's been fun. You guys have a good day. All right, bye.